Today we're working on a 2002 GMC Safari, the same thing as a Chevrolet Astro van, and we are replacing the front shock absorbers. First thing you're going to want to do is remove this wheel. So you'll just take your little caps off, set those to the side in a safe place so you don't lose them, and then take your lugs off. Now remove your wheel and put that to a safe place on the side. Now I'm really excited to do this video today because typically these are kind of a pain in the butt unless you have a simple trick. So what typically happens is the shock absorber up front gets stuck because there's a nut that's placed right here, and as you spin it, all it does is turn this rod. I'm turning this rod by hand and it seizes on there. So what I do is I insert a 9/16 wrench and a 1/2 inch ratchet, and then I just break this piece off by just going backwards and forwards, rocking it, turning it, rocking it, turning it, and this breaks off. Then you remove two bolts from the bottom, and then you slip the assembly out. So it makes it a much easier process when you just break that piece off. So what I was referring to earlier about the 9/16 socket and the 1/2 inch drive is to insert it in this upper control arm hole, which is where the top of the strut is. I'll take a picture for it, but if you just follow my finger, I'm placing my finger now on the top of the strut, and the nut is just a little bit further down. So what you'll do is you'll insert the 9/16 socket with the 1/2 inch wrench and then pry it backwards, forwards until it breaks off. And I'll take a picture to show you guys what that looks like. So I have my 9/16 socket and my 1/2 inch wrench, and what I'm going to do is just stick it onto the top of the strut, top of the shock, through the control arm hole, and get it to the point where it sits on it nice. Alrighty, so now that I'm sitting on it quite nicely, I'm going to start prying forwards and backwards, bending the tip off of the shock and turning it so that I can continue to fatigue the metal. And turning it and fatiguing the metal. And it's getting looser, so we know we're making progress. And it's almost broken. And here we go. So now we've got the top of the shock off. Now we can raise the vehicle up a little bit more and remove the two lower bolts. The next step is to remove these two bolts from the lower portion of the shock. They are 1/2 inch. I'm just going to stick my impact on them and back them on out. And then do the same for the other side. You will be reusing these, so don't damage them. And the shock comes out. That was just some bushings and one of the washers. And keep this sleeve because your new ones might not come with it. Before we start reassembly, I'm going to show you off the car the order of the bushings for this front strut. You're going to begin with the protector, which keeps it safe from road grime. Then you'll take your washer, noting the bubble side, and put it in the bubble side down. Then you'll take your bushing and put the bushing on top. At this point, you'll now put the shock back onto the vehicle. With it back on the vehicle, there'll be a there'll be a sandwich of metal right here. You place your next bushing, then you'll take note again of the bubble side of the washer, placing the bubble side up, and then you'll take your nut and put the nut on top. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. All right, underneath the vehicle, remember, first thing, boot protector over top, then your washer, bubble side down, and then your bushing. At this point, you can start to fish it through all the holes to get it into place. Alrighty, and then you're going to have to press it up a little bit and then put the bolt back on to hold it in place so that you can complete the rest of this. So I'm just going to use my mic, force it up, get a couple threads going so it's strong and safe. I'm going to snug it up just a little bit. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I don't have anything super tight yet. I'm just going to line everything up, make sure it all goes together smoothly before I go around and do my final torque sequence. Alrighty. So now we're going to lower the vehicle back down so we can work on the top. So now with the vehicle lowered again, we're going to take our bushing, put it on the top of the stud, and then take our washer, bubble side up, put the washer on as well. Oh, got away from me. Let's try that one more time. Here we go. So that's on. Then you're going to take your 9/16 nut and put that back on. And then you'll tighten her up. Only be able to get it so snug before the rod itself will start to spin. So what you'll do is you'll grab your needle nose pliers and or needle nose vice grips, clamp onto it, and then continue to tighten it up. There's no real good camera angle that I can get to show you that, so I'm going to do that for you guys off camera in just a few. At this point, we're going to go back underneath and make sure that our 2 bolts under the strut are tight. And now that everything's snugged up, we'll put the wheel back on, the cover back on, take it for a test drive. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.